What's up, everybody? A little air conditioning noise in the background, but it's 98 degrees here in PA today, and I'm not shutting the AC off. I wanted to go over a little bit about oil change on these. A lot of videos and a lot of people that seem not to have many mechanical skills giving out information on these, and a lot of bad information. On these, you should be doing the oil change at 500 miles to 600. Your very first one. All right? And when you do that oil change, you have to use a certain type of oil. And that oil is this oil here. Which this oil right here is their mineral oil. Now you're going to want to run mineral oil on the very first change and the next change. So every 3,000 miles, you want to change the oil in these. I'm an older guy, getting older, so a little bit set in my ways. So we do it every 2,000 miles. Nothing gonna hurt changing the oil a little bit sooner. Longevity is what you'll get out of your bike. Some people will try to tell you it's not worth it. Those people are non-mechanics. And let me tell you, this is the oil you're going to want to run. You're going to run this in your 500 to 600 oil change. Then again at your 3,500, 3,600. If you're doing 3,000 or 25 to 26, right in there. I recommend doing it right around 2,500 to 26. So you'll be right around 2,000 miles on it. Because that's what your oil looks like. See, it's nice and shiny, reflective. You can see it underneath of the bike, but it is black. Okay, mineral oil is not going to last that long. 3,000 miles. I mean, I don't care what technology they claim they have today. This oil has always been recommended for right around 2,000 miles. I don't care what today's people say. 2,000, 2,500 miles, change this stuff. But if you want to go by the recommendations, you can do that. But you got to use this oil for the first and the second one. This is my second change. So after this one, you can switch to conventional. You can switch to semi-synthetic. You can go to full synthetic. I'll probably go to full synthetic. I recommend all of you probably should go full synthetic. A little bit more expensive. Also, better for your engine. You want this thing to last. If you're like me, you got a 3-year unlimited mile warranty. Yes. Something happens to the motor, it happens to the motor. But if you know that you're at least doing your maintenance properly, you should have a long life in an engine. So I wanted to really tell you guys that. And if you guys are curious, that's the crush washer. Part number. That'd be the number right there, right underneath Thailand. And then, unfortunately, they make these filters in China, which this is straight from the dealership. And that's your part number right there. So you can get them wherever you want. Personally, I'll get mine from the dealership. I'm not getting on Amazon. Amazon ain't got nothing but knockoffs and knockoffs. So eBay, you got to really watch too. So I'm not into all that knockoff stuff. So I'll go. I mean, I did get a knockoff stand. I mean, $54. Sometimes you can go with the knockoffs, right? Engine components, don't even gamble with the knockoff stuff. It's more likely if you're getting that stuff off Amazon, it's coming from China, never from Kawasaki's genuine parts. Even though if Kawasaki's making them in China, at least Kawasaki is having their thorough inspections before stuff goes out. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that. That's pretty important. Another thing that's important, right? 2025's claim they claim that this thing takes 1.9. Well, as you can see here, we're midway through, just a little bit, and we're right at the halfway mark. If we're a little bit over halfway, we're just a touch over it. Not much. I'd say that's half. And that's where you want it. You want it half. You don't want it, see these lines? You don't want it up here. You don't want it down here. Actually, down here is better than up here. But you want it right in the middle. Just right in the middle, guys. And it's not that hard of a job. And save your money. Because, you know, even if you get it at a dealership, I think I paid like 30 bucks, $32, something like that, for oil and oil filter crush washer. You know, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Bike needs clean. We were going to take it and wash it today, which we washed the Mirage. And I left the thing set for an hour, and it was still at 150 degrees. You don't want to wash your bike when it's 150 degrees. You should be able to touch the side of your case, and it should be pretty cool, not warm to a touch. It shouldn't be hot at all. You don't want to wash it like that either. That's another thing. You'll see people online going to the car washers, blowing them off. You don't want to do that. That cold water hits that hot engine like that. You can crack blocks, warp heads. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. So, make sure you change this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of information out there. All your owner's manual tells you everything. And like this bolt right here, that's your drain, right? That's 22 foot-pounds. Your oil filter, right, is 12.9 foot-pounds, which is roughly 150 inch-pounds. I use inch-pounds for that. So, that's it. Like I said, pull that off there. You can drain real easy. Get your torque wrench in there. You're good to go. Again, I'm a car guy, so I don't like all these Allen bolts. So, if you watch my channel, you know about the car called the Mistress. It's a part off the Mistress. So here's a nice bolt here, and we just use a timing cover seal here. Goes right up against it, just like that, and bolts right in there. I'm not into that, using that crappy Allen key crap. I'm just not into it. I know a bike's full of them. It's just all it is. If I lose a bolt, or if I got to use something constantly like this to do oil changes, where I have to get into it, it's not going to have an Allen head any longer. You gotta sometimes make stuff more convenient for yourself. Actually looks pretty good. Matches the yellow quite nice. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys that tip. I mean, you know, $8 a quart. You know, of course, the dealership retail at $7, they give it to you for $8, and then I get 10% discount because I bought my bike at this place. So, you know how dealerships are. But I wanted to give you guys that bit of information on YouTube because I always go around and like search things to see if people were doing videos on these, what they look like, what they did, and if they're actually explaining things right. And no, they're not. I can show you a lot of stuff. It's just like the chain. You know what? We'll just make some more videos. This is almost a 10-minute video. If anybody wants an oil change video, I ride a lot. Probably 2-3 weeks, we'll be changing the oil again. Anybody wants like a how to tension your chain video, we'll probably do one of those. I'll do what I can on here for people because, like I said, these bikes are for a lot of beginners, and most beginners are actually just beginning their own maintenance as well. And these people are doing a lot of stuff wrong. I watched 15 videos, and people weren't torquing stuff, and they were filling it up and just guessing. And one guy put 2.5 quarts in his. They had the whole glass full, and it had like 50,000 views on it. And yeah, so maybe this will help somebody. Maybe no one will ever watch it, but I took my time to do this, and I wanted to share that because I think it's very helpful and knowledgeable for people out there that are just now getting into mechanics themselves. Not just riding, but mechanics themselves. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have more on the bike. If you like turbo cars that make power, I have those too. Unique stuff is what I have on this channel. Stuff you'll never see very often. But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.